Lying will ruin your life. Lying will ruin your goddamn life.
Opportunity to be back into the spotlight. You know what I mean? And that's what you have with Floyd. So, you know, I think Floyd has to make a decision.
Floyd Mayweather, it's a bad situation for Floyd because the last thing Floyd wants in his life is more legal problems.
That's true.
He doesn't want that. But what I wonder is, with so many smooth transactions that Floyd has been a part of, jewelry-wise, in the last 4 or 5 years, longer than that actually, what went wrong in this particular transaction?
It's so fun.
Kevin Hart recently roasted Floyd Mayweather over his exaggerated $42 million property claim, quipping, "Lying will ruin your life." Hart mocked Floyd's obsession with money, pointing out that his constant lies are finally catching up with him. According to Hart, Mayweather's relentless need to flaunt his wealth has already damaged his credibility and personal reputation.
You can cancel Christmas. It's over for you. You hear me? It's over for you. Oh, boy. Y'all going to jail. Y'all going to jail.
Kevin Hart didn't waste any time softening his opinion when the news broke about Mayweather's latest financial claims. Known for his sharp wit, Hart tackled Floyd's outrageous property boasts head-on. He made it clear that what's happening with Mayweather is no longer just eccentric and it's delusional.
I want to talk about it. What the is going on, man? What the is going on?
Kevin and Floyd share a bit of history. Hart once sat across from Mayweather in an interview, asking why everything in his life seems to revolve around money. Floyd didn't hesitate to explain, reflecting on his tough upbringing in a broken, hustling household. The streets shaped his mindset. And for Floyd, money wasn't just about success, it was about survival. That answer offered a rare glimpse into why Mayweather treats wealth like a suit of armor.
What's up? Talk to me.
Floyd Money Mayweather, baby. How you doing, man?
Man, you know how it is. Same old program.
Ask me to send my case.
It better be money.
You damn right it is.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about. Now, if there's money in there, I need it.
White hand, take this so Floyd don't take it from me. Now, if you want to do whatever you want to do to white hand, that's on you.
Well, white hand gonna feel his black hand.
Yeah, well, it look like white hand and up. Put your rope over there on the hook.
That you went through to get you to the place to where now it's about the money and you celebrate the money.
It was a long journey.
A long journey.
I come from a fighting family. 7 of us in a 1-bedroom in Jersey.
God damn.
Dad, was a hustler. A former fighter, hustler. You know, my mom had it, extremely hard, but, kept believing, kept working hard, and we made it happen.
Why do you think you were the one?
From day one, I knew it.
Mayweather's public persona has always been drenched in cash. He flashes his bank balances like trophies and stacks of bills like awards. From private jets to diamond-encrusted watches, he lives to show off. His social media is flooded with luxurious purchases. For Floyd, showing off money equals showing power. But the more he flaunts, the more people are starting to wonder if the spectacle is all he has left.
The Money Man is getting ready. Super Bowl weekend, Las Vegas. We had to get the ones. Make it rain. I need everybody. That girl collection, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, the Super Bowl, or whoever win or lose, it don't matter. I need everybody there. Girl collection. Yeah.
He's collecting rent, hustlers. You know how much rent that is? And guess what? I don't know his paperwork, but obviously if you spent that much in real estate, it looks like he spent it in one shot, but even if he didn't, but usually he did. And if he dealt with the same person, you get a deal, right? So through these deals, he's making money. It's definitely an income situation. They're all apartments. It's not a commercial building. They're all apartment buildings, which are commercial, but they're apartments. So guess what? $402 million in real estate. Hey, he's $500 million in real estate just off apartment.
Mayweather has always prided himself on being a one-man operation. No managers, no advisors, just him calling the shots. In the boxing world, that's rare. Most athletes lean on professionals. Floyd took pride in outsmarting the system, but managing everything on his own also meant he alone took the fall when things went wrong. What was once seen as brilliant independence now looks more like recklessness. Without anyone double-checking the numbers, Mayweather's empire was built on a shaky foundation, and it's finally starting to show cracks.
I think with Floyd, he's never had a manager as well, right? He's always negotiated his own deals. Is that what kind of led to as well, if he didn't have to cut a
It's not that he ain't got... he ain't got a manager, but he has got a manager. So he's, can't remember his name now. So he's got a man, an elderly fella that's always with him. And, but he does, everything goes through him, everything. Floyd ain't very clever, believe me. But training-wise, man's a genius. And it's hard work, dedication. Don't matter how good you are. I mean, I am world class as an athlete, but I never trained like the top boys. I just thought, don't worry, because I love a row and I love the fighting. Let's just turn up.
Yeah.
I mean, but after 3-4 rounds, if I ain't knocked you out, got sting coming at my ass.
Floyd's refusal to let others handle his money has led to lawsuits, like the one from a jeweler who claims Mayweather walked out with expensive pieces and never paid. There was no negotiation, no promise of future settlement. Mayweather allegedly just said he forgot.
All right, so a Miami jeweler that goes by the name of Leonard Suleymanov is like, give me my money. Give me my money. So he is hitting Floyd Mayweather with a huge lawsuit. Y'all, we're talking about a cool $4 million for some luxurious watches and diamonds that Floyd supposedly forgot to pay for. Y'all know he forget to cash checks. Maybe, you know what I'm saying? He might have forgot to pay for it for real. So even, y'all tell me if I'm saying this right.
That level of arrogance suggests a man who believes the rules don't apply to him. And these aren't just whispers or gossip, they're legal filings.
Stores. He likes his jewelers. He's got his jewelers that he likes, but also if he sees a piece he likes, he's going to buy it.
It's almost as if he fights to support his jewelry buying habit.
It's pretty true. I mean, look at the way that we've seen this. What happened in Miami this week, though, was not the case. I mean, it's not like he went in there and made somebody rich. As a matter of fact, it ended up with the cops being called. We are being told that he walked into a place called the Diamond Club Fine Jewelry Shop in Miami and was looking at stuff. And when the jeweler busted out a very expensive stone, an argument ensued between Floyd and the jeweler. Now, it's unclear exactly what they were arguing about, but intensely and so quickly that the cops were called to the jewelry store, and Floyd ended up leaving without buying anything, left. So he wasn't there to speak with cops when cops arrived, but what usually results in financial, an explosion resulted in the cops being called. This is a bad situation for everybody involved, don't you guys think?
Yes, bad situation for the jeweler because they didn't get their windfall of money from Floyd Mayweather. It's a bad situation for Floyd because the last thing Floyd wants in his life is more legal problems.
That's true.
He doesn't want that. But what I wonder is, with so many smooth transactions that Floyd has been a part of jewelry-wise in the last 4 or 5 years, longer than that actually, what went wrong in this particular transaction?
It's so funny. Babcock, you can attest to this too. We've been calling everybody connected to this. Floyd's camp ain't saying anything.
Journalists trying to verify Floyd's massive real estate deals ran into a wall of contradictions. One representative confirmed the deals, but refused to go on record.
What's the point of buying 62 buildings? You buy a couple...
No, 62 units, I think, right?
No, 62 units could be one building.
Yeah, it could be.
They got buildings with 90 units and 100 and some units.
He has 62 multifamily units. That's what it says. So that's 62 buildings. Like you just said, it's probably 62
think
buildings.
About it. If he has that, some of the buildings they might not be in the best condition.
Right.
So knock it down and build, or knock, if they're side by side, knock both of them down. Don't renew rents. Let them move out and then build a skyscraper.
Or if he makes commercial properties out of some of those.
That's what I'm saying.
Mayweather keeps spending like royalty, but rumors of bankruptcy refuse to die. Joe Rogan recently mocked him for continuing to take exhibition fights, saying it's clearly about the money. Rogan pointed out that someone with real wealth doesn't scramble for quick paydays. What once looked like celebration now feels more like desperation.
Money. He needs that money. That money has to keep coming in if you're going to live like this.
It's not that expensive, though, but...
He's only 46. But he does this with everything, man. He's got $1 million watches.
I don't think he buys every pair.
You think they give them to him?
Yeah.
No one can deny Mayweather's talent in the ring, but his endless self-praise has started to alienate even his most loyal fans. He compares himself to legends and claims no one in boxing history has matched his achievements. While that confidence was once inspiring, now it just comes across as noise.
Still waiting? Well, I think I'm separated now. I don't think there's no boxer in history that has accomplished what I've accomplished. Not bragging or boasting, just speaking the truth. I take my hat off to a lot of legendary champions, you know, that paved the way for me to be where I'm at in the sport of boxing. But that was their era, and this is my era. I had a tremendous career. And we got young fighters that's on the rise, that's under our banner. The ultimate goal is to find the next Floyd Mayweather that can break my records.
So is Gervonta Davis that guy?
From the beginning, Mayweather knew boxing wouldn't last forever. He built brands, launched promotions, and signed deals. But the way he chased money raised plenty of eyebrows. He left debts unpaid, exaggerated his earnings, and made questionable claims. His business empire has often felt more like smoke and mirrors than solid ground.
Floyd Mayweather is the most successful boxer in history with a 50-0 record, and one of the wealthiest athletes of all time with $1 billion in earnings. But I bet you didn't know it all started with a $750,000 bet on himself. Here's the wild story. In 2006, Floyd Mayweather was 10 years into his boxing career and earning over $5 million per fight. At the time, Mayweather was signed to Bob Arum's Top Rank boxing promotion, a partnership which saw Arum get 25% of Mayweather's fight purse. But Mayweather wanted more, and in 2006, he turned down $8 million to fight Antonio Margarita and said he deserved $20 million to fight Oscar De La Hoya. Arum wasn't happy and wouldn't pay up, so Mayweather paid the $750,000 exit fee in his contract to leave Top Rank. Mayweather then went on to promote his own fights, earning a percentage of every ticket, hot dog, and beer sold at the event, and most importantly, all pay-per-views sold. And just 1 year later in 2007, after leaving Top Rank, Mayweather made $25 million for his win against Oscar De La Hoya. Now that's what happens when you bet on yourself.
Floyd has even admitted that many of his investments are basically blind bets. He says he puts money into ventures others don't understand, believing that's where the future lies, but also where failure lurks. According to him, about 90% of those deals end up failing.
The money I'm able to bring my team as well as my family around the world so they can experience different things.
Something you said earlier, Floyd, it really fascinated me. And it gave me an insight that you really learned about money. Is you said in real estate, you got to know what to do on a small scale first.
Yes.
And then you went big. And is that because you don't want to take massive risk because you want to be smart with your money?
Well, like you don't go out there and work extremely hard for so many years and then take every dime you got and just put it into something that you don't know about.
Well, a lot of people do, don't they? I mean,
and a majority of the time you get bad results. 90% of the time you get bad results. Just like boxing. You know, I've gotten great results.
When Mayweather fought Logan Paul, it wasn't about legacy, it was about cash. Analysts pointed out that Mayweather wasn't elevating boxing, he was cashing in on celebrity hype. Even Oscar De La Hoya, a former rival, couldn't resist mocking him. De La Hoya called the exhibition fights embarrassing and urged Mayweather to stop. Coming from a fellow legend, that criticism stung. Oscar saw what the public sees. Floyd isn't chasing greatness anymore, he's chasing relevance. The man who once defined boxing now risks being remembered as the guy who didn't know when to quit.
Okay, Floyd Mayweather fought another exhibition against Gotti last Saturday. A real show that left the crowd booing in the arena at the end. But in the middle of the second round, Floyd literally had the referee swapped out. He didn't like that the referee told him to stop hitting behind the head. Floyd is used to having the refs do whatever he wants, and he wasn't getting his way this time. It was so embarrassing. Floyd, you're 50 years old. You're a legend in the sport. I've stood up for you in countless interviews, including Shannon Sharp's podcast last week. But you have to stop embarrassing yourself with these exhibitions. I know life is hard. I know life is expensive. But come on, dude, put your legacy first. Nobody wants to remember you like this. And it gets worse. Your jeweler filed a lawsuit against you in Miami. And many are saying you're gonna have to sell off your assets. Floyd, I'm rooting for you. Come on, let's turn it around.
Years after his fight with Conor McGregor, Mayweather still teases a rematch not because fans are clamoring for it, but because his bank account is. To him, it's one last massive payday. It's no longer about proving anything, it's about survival. When your legacy is already secure, repeatedly coming back just for a paycheck makes you look more desperate than daring.
What would be the value in seeing it a second time? The first one wasn't bad, but the whole thing was this
notion of suspense and unpredictability and what would it be. Well, you got to see what it was. He got marched down and beaten up.
Yeah, it seems like Floyd might realize within himself that that's the last giant money fight he can make. It would have to be as close to a real fight as possible. I mean, it's a Conor who can still throw his hands, although to your point, the brand is damaged and, he needs a win badly in the UFC to revive that. But I wonder if Floyd at 45 is saying to himself, if I've got to fight one more time, a real fight, and that Logan fight was weird, and Floyd, I think, didn't expect to have to navigate it the way he did. I wonder if Floyd thinks this is it. But even that could be a trap fight for him, Luke, because of his age. You never know, okay? But to your point, it's hard to get amped up for it unless one or both of them is sort of riding a certain level of momentum.
It was crazy that everybody keep asking me, why you not coming back to fight? Why you not coming back to fight? So I look at the fight game. I said, okay. I said, fighters fighting, they make $3 million, $4 million, $6 million, $7 million. Some may make 10 or 20 million. But I'm doing exhibitions and I'm making 20, 25 million, 100 million for exhibitions. So why would I come back and fight and get a guaranteed 35 million when I'm doing exhibitions and getting 100 million?
Snoop Dogg once asked Floyd how he became so rich. Floyd gave the usual answer: hard work, hustle, smart decisions. But now, as his fortune appears to shrink, he's clinging to that Richmond image harder than ever. Even after earning hundreds of millions, Mayweather faces financial scrutiny, from IRS tax lines to unpaid debts and questionable purchases. His wealth isn't as solid as it seems. People are beginning to wonder if he's actually broke behind all the glitz. The fact that he keeps booking appearances and fights suggests something deeper. A man who can't afford to stop earning because his spending has never slowed down.
Boxing News. The beef between 50 Cent and Floyd Mayweather is heating up again. 50 Cent posted a video calling out Floyd's claim of spending $400 million on NYC apartments, saying there's no proof of the purchase. The long-running feud continues, with 50 Cent suggesting Floyd's real estate empire may be a fancy fantasy. Floyd has remained silent, but the drama shows no signs of ending.
Floyd Mayweather just signed a deal to lease an apartment in Midtown Manhattan. He's going to be paying $100,000 per month for this place. Here's the apartment, you guys. It's got 5 bedrooms, 7 bathrooms, 4,000 square feet, and the place is pretty epic, I'm not gonna lie. The description says that this is a double unit and it is a corner unit, so you got a ton of natural light in here. Do you think this place is worth $100,000 per month? Why would Floyd spend $100,000 a month on this apartment? If I had to guess, it would be a combination of owning something is just kind of a liability. Plus, I'm pretty sure whenever you rent a place versus buy a place for business purposes, you're able to write off more of that lease payment. So if I had to guess, that $100,000 per month is going to be a pretty big write-off for him based on how he plans to use this place.
50 Cent has long claimed that much of Floyd's wealth is an illusion, and now others are beginning to agree. Reporters have tried to verify Mayweather's real estate portfolio, but they found little that matches his claims. Despite lawsuits, tax problems, and mounting doubts, Floyd continues spending like a billionaire: exotic cars, private jets, lavish shopping sprees. His lifestyle hasn't changed, but the math doesn't add up. Either he's hiding massive debt or living in denial. What's clear is that the show must go on, even as the stage crumbles beneath his feet.
Now, this comes amid, rumors of Floyd Mayweather being stuck in Dubai because he owes people money. And, these are coming from trustworthy sources: Gervonta Davis, Floyd Mayweather, people who know about Floyd Mayweather's inner life. But back to TMZ. So they reported Floyd Mayweather was courtside for last night's pivotal Clippers versus Mavericks game. But before money got to the arena, he was handing it out, blessing 3 homeless men with $30K. Now, there are no pictures, there is no video of this happening, but there is an official TMZ article, and TMZ usually gets it right. TMZ also said, "We're told Mayweather began talking to the guys and decided he wanted to help, so he busted out his backpack and blessed each guy with 10 racks. Anyways, he says, just got off the phone with my guy in Dubai. He told me that Floyd Mayweather is definitely being held by the government court system there, as he owes a substantial amount of money in Dubai. They take indebtedness over there very seriously. Was told the debt is unassociated with boxing. Floyd's desperately trying to work things out to no avail so far. So at Gervonta Davis is correct that Floyd's being held there. And Floyd Mayweather has made no public statements regarding this. These are his last 2 Instagram posts. So 6 days ago, he was still in Dubai, and that's the same day they said he was at a basketball game, which, you know, it still doesn't make any sense. And then this post as well, this was just 4 hours ago. He reposted this. This is his second time posting this. He posted this a few days ago.
That's it for today's video. Stay tuned for the next one.